Good morning. Welcome back. Wyerton Willie through the weekend said that spring would come early. Didn't see a shadow. Well, today's going to be a very spring-like feel. Where we should be for this time of year is around minus 2.2 as the daytime high. Almost minus 11 for a morning low. Just to let you know, sunrise this morning is at 7:32. We are already at plus 2 this morning, so well above seasonal. We are sitting at 1 over through Windsor, minus 4 in Ottawa, at the freezing mark into Bancroft. We factor in some of the winds because the winds are a little bit on the breezy side right now. They'll become light this afternoon. We have a wind chill sitting right around minus 2. Cloud cover through the morning into the afternoon. What we'll see is some partly cloudy skies. And look at that high, 6 degrees tonight, an overnight low down to the freezing mark. Some caution tomorrow morning. There's a little risk of some freezing drizzle, patchy freezing drizzle in the morning hours. We'll top out at 3, and then with the wind direction moving to the north, that temperature will fall down to minus 8 through the overnight into Wednesday. Wednesday's daytime high minus 2, partly cloudy. Into the afternoon, clouds return. Wednesday night into Thursday, some snow. But the roads this morning, nice and dry. Eva, over to you.
Yes, definitely nice and dry right now. We don't have any major issues on the routes. We've got one problem. It's off our cameras, but it's southbound on the 400 approaching King Road. We've got one lane closed off. That's all because of a collision. So definitely be careful through there. It will start to slow down as you approach King Road. The rest of the routes, they still seem to be in pretty decent shape. If you're using the Gardiner, the Don Valley Parkway, again, pretty decent start to your Monday morning commute. Let's head down upstairs now to the chopper. Jordan.
Good morning. We're flying over the Gardiner Expressway around the Humber Bay right now. You can see delays forming on the left-hand side. That's eastbound Gardiner heading into downtown. Slow going from east to Park Lawn here. And around the bend, it slowly gets all the way to Dufferin. Heavy, but well, there are no problems up ahead. It's just volume heading into Toronto for the morning rush. Tell winter to take a hike. You're going to Scottsdale. Sunny skies, 22-degree days. And Sonoran Desert Adventures are an easy non-stop flight away. Visit absolutelyscottsdale.com.
Well, we now know where Canadian evacuees from China will be arriving home and how they will be monitored for possible cases of the new coronavirus, but we still don't know exactly when they will be back. Ottawa says it's still working on Chinese government approval to fly citizens from the lockdown city of Wuhan. The evacuees and crew will undergo a health screening before boarding, during the flight, and when they arrive at Canadian Forces Base Trenton, where they'll be quarantined for 14 days. Global Affairs says the plane is currently standing by in Vietnam, and the number of Canadians now requesting help to leave China has climbed to 325. Well, meantime, China continues to try to contain the outbreak as the first patients have now begun arriving at a new hospital in Wuhan that was built in just 10 days. A second specialized hospital is still under construction. More medical teams are also being brought in to relieve the city's overwhelmed health workers. So far, there have been over 360 deaths, including the first reported death outside of mainland China in the Philippines this past weekend. More than 17,000 people are infected worldwide. On the education front here at home, it's going to be a week of rotating strikes for the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario after talks with the province broke down on Friday, with a province-wide walkout set for Thursday. Today, ETFO members will be on strike at 7 boards, including the Halton District School Board. The union will continue those one-day rotating strikes all week and hold that province-wide walkout on Thursday. ETFO says their key issues are funding for special education, addressing classroom violence, maintaining the kindergarten program, class sizes, and wages. For a full list of school boards affected by strikes this week, you can go to citynews.ca. New information now being revealed in the downing of a Ukrainian jetliner last month in Iran, killing all 176 people on board, including 57 Canadians. A leaked recording between an Iranian air traffic controller and pilot suggests authorities knew immediately the plane had been shot down by a missile. Iranian aviation authorities insisted for days after the January 8th disaster that it was not one of their missiles that brought down the plane. To U.S. politics now, the Iowa caucuses kick off today for Democrats looking to unseat Donald Trump. It will give the first verdict on which candidate should take on the U.S. president in the fall election. A poll suggests Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders may have the lead, but any of the top 4 candidates, including former Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Elizabeth Warren, could score a victory as organizers prepare for record turnout. Meantime, Trump's defense team returns to the Senate floor today to make closing arguments in the impeachment trial. Senators will likely acquit him this week after Republicans rejected Democrats' demands to summon witnesses.